Hello, this is just a quick one today, just to show my simple technique for making swirled macaron batter that doesn't require you to split the batch, color separate colors, maybe put them in different piping bags and all into one big bag, or put them all together in a piping bag after you've colored them. All you need to do is put some gel color directly into your batter, swirl it up, put it in the bag, and you can make really nice galaxy swirls, anything you want. So that's all I'm showing today. It's not an instructional video. It's just purely about getting the swirled color. So I'm starting out with a pure white batter, and I have macaronage to the correct consistency already. So this is just my final batter. I'm not going to do anything else with it. I got this color by neutralizing the yellow in the almond flour a little bit by putting some violet gel color on the end of a toothpick and just putting it in as I did macaronage. Also added a little bit of pure white so that I can have a pure white base. But if you wanted to have, say, like a light pink base and then make your swirls darker pink, you could do that as well. You would just color your batter as normal, and then it would all be one solid color, and then you'd proceed with this technique. So I'm going to use Americolor colors. I have violet, I have super black, and then I have Pro Gel pink. These are my absolute favorite gels. I love these. And so here's my batter. All I'm going to do is take some color. I'm going to start with the super black, and I'm going to put some little dots in the batter. You can use as much or as little as you want, depending on how much color you want in your final shells. Since I'm making galaxies, I'm going to use quite a bit of black there. I guess that's quite a bit of black. I don't know. This is the violet. Some more dots, if it will cooperate. Just around the bowl like that. That's all you gotta do. And then I got the pink, and since I'm hoping to get my pink to come through really well, I'm gonna use quite a bit more pink, I think. This tube. This is my favorite pink in the whole world, so this tube is getting down to the end. Gotta buy some more. All right, that is it for the color. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my skewer, and I'm just gonna swirl the whole thing through with my skewer, just like this. You can turn the bowl and swirl it the other way. Make sure you go all the way down the bottom of the bowl. Try not to, if you can help it, leave big puddles. It's not really gonna hurt anything, but if it's too big of a puddle, it could mess with the consistency of the shell, so you don't really wanna do that. So that's all there is to it. Big swirls in the bowl. I'm just going to scrape this off. Back into the bowl. Get rid of that. And now I have some edible glitter, and because I haven't tried this before, I'm just going to dump some of that in there. Might show up, might not. We'll see. We'll either get some nice streaks of glitter through our galaxies, or we won't. But if you don't try it, you never find out. All right. Now all I'm going to do is scrape this into my piping bag, just like I normally would. It's really sparkly now, kind of like that. Not going to do anything special. Just going to go around the bowl and scrape it in. It's really hard for me to scrape it at this angle, so forgive me. I'm just scraping it out of the bowl like I normally would. Off. Set the bowl aside, the rest of that. Maybe a little more sparkly on top, just for fun. And now I have a piping bag full of glittery, swirly colors. So now I'm just gonna get my tray, and I'm gonna pipe some shells. What I'm going to do is I'm going to swirl my piping tip as I pipe, and that's going to give me sort of that swirly galaxy look. You don't have to swirl if you don't want to. That's totally up to you. So that's what it looks like in the bag. Looks a little bit scary maybe, but it's not going to be when it comes out. So trust the process. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to swirl my piping tip just a little bit in place while I pipe. Not a ton, don't go wild, otherwise they'll be wonky and all over the place. Just a tiny in place kind of swirl. I also use this technique when I pipe my regular shells. I call it batter packing, and what it does is it helps to reduce any large air bubbles in the shells that can contribute to hollows. I never ever get hollow shells ever when I do this. So that's what I'm going to do. I usually count as I pipe in an attempt to get them all the same size, which I have not had good luck with lately, but I'm going to go ahead and go. So here we go. Swirl. Just a little bit in place. Each one's going to be different. As the batter migrates through the bag, they'll all be different. Colors will depend on, you know, how much you put in. You can see I'm just doing a little bit of a swirl in place. I'm not going wild with it. Barely discernible maybe. See the colors coming through. I'm getting some burgundies and a little gray in there from the black. You really never know what you're going to get with these. And that, I think, is kind of the fun of it. I'm kind of obsessed with these right now. Alright, that's it for my first tray. I don't generally tap very much. I like to wrap with my knuckles underneath because it helps release some of the bigger bubbles better, in my opinion. Kind of noisy. And then if I have anything that I don't like you probably can't see, but over here there's like where a bubble popped and it left a white sort of, we'll call it a singularity since they're space galaxies, left that behind. And if I don't swirl that in, that's gonna remain on the surface. Maybe you like that look. Kind of cool. I don't know. I don't particularly like it. So I'm gonna get rid of that. And I'm gonna get rid of this one over here. And that's pretty much all I see. And I'm not sure I'm really seeing my glitter. Could just be the lights. We'll see how they bake up. Oh, there's another little one right there. And over here. I like to get them all because I don't like little craters on the surface of my shells. So it's worth taking a minute to just get rid of them. Alright, so there's my first tray. That's how they turned out. And I'm gonna go ahead and shut off the camera and pipe the rest. And then I will come back and show you what that looks like because each tray is gonna be just a little bit different. And again, that's what's fun about the whole thing. So we'll see you again in a second. Okay, so I'm back just to show you the differences in colors between the between the first tray and the last tray, just so you can see. This is the first tray I piped, the one that you saw me pipe on camera. And these are the colors for the second tray. I hope that you can see them okay. See, they're a little bit different, a little bit more purple. And then we move on to the third tray. More pretty purples. I can see a little bit of my sparkle in there, so I'm anxious to see how it bakes up. And this is my last tray. You can see the pink coming through. So these are going to go in the oven now. I'm not resting them past how long they've been sitting just while I'm talking to you and in the time it took to pipe them. I don't rest my shells, not necessary for me. So I'm gonna bake these and then I will come back and show you what they look like when they're done. Okay, bye. All right, so I just pulled them all out of the oven and I've left them on the top of the cooktop because I think the light might show the colors a little better. So I'm just gonna show you how they turned out. This is the last tray. This is the first tray. It turned out really pretty, I think. I think this is the second tray. I can't really remember. I don't remember what order I stuck them in the oven in. And then this one. What's cool about baking these is that when the feet rise, see if I can zoom in, they show a little bit more color on the feet, so you see a little bit more white and other shades that make the final product look pretty cool, I think. So I'm just going to finish these off with some Super Pearl Luster Dust. I use Roxy and Rich. And then I'm going to splatter them with some white food coloring mixed with vodka to make it look like stars. And if you need to see how I do that, check out my Swiss Galaxies video that's already posted. That's it. Let me know if you have questions and I'll see you guys around. Bye!